Day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Jeremy. This is the Financial Education Channel, and today we are talking about passive income and some of the best and some of the worst ways to make passive income out there, guys. Now, for those of you who do not understand what passive income is, passive income, in its most simplest way I can possibly explain it, is when your money or a product or service you came up with in the past makes you money months from now, years from now, even decades from now. But here's the key: with minimal or no effort. With minimal or no effort. That is the key, guys. That's what differentiates passive income, the minimal or no effort, from regular income. Because regular income, if you work a job, if you run a business and you're in that business every day and you're doing work in that business every day, that's just regular income, guys. Passive income is when you literally are doing very small amount of effort into it or no effort at all. That's what differentiates passive income. It's a beautiful thing. For any of you guys watching who make passive income of some kind, you know how wonderful passive income is. However, it does take a lot of work. It's not like, oh, it's just so easy and I just make passive income now and I get hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars just coming to me every month just because it's just so easy. No, passive income absolutely takes a lot of work, like anything else in life. There's nothing easy out there. You want to achieve anything in life, whether it's making an extra $1,000 a month, whether it's doing this full time and making $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month, whatever it is, it's not going to be easy, guys, but it's definitely possible. And so we're going to talk some of the best and worst ways. Let's get right into this, guys. So real estate, the worst way of making passive income, in my opinion, the worst way. Now, real estate can be a phenomenal tool. Real estate investing, we're specifically talking about. Real estate investing can be a phenomenal tool for building wealth, However, I think it's probably the worst way for making passive income. And this is a way a lot of people like to make passive income. They like to buy a house, either cash or take out a loan, and then basically rent that out to somebody else, and then they collect the rental payments on that. So there's two different ways you can do it, right? You can either buy that house cash. So let's say it's a $200,000 house you want to rent out. You can purchase that house cash. If you got $200,000 around, you can purchase it cash. One, that's a lot of money to come up with, right? That's not a lot of people just have $200,000 laying around. And two, if you do have $200,000, that might be the majority of your money you have sitting around. So you got to part with everything if you're going to buy that house cash, all to rent it out for maybe, let's say, $1,200 a month. Then maybe your expenses on that house, toilet breaking here, and this thing floods, and it needs to be repainted, and these kind of things. Maybe on average it's $100 in expenses per month. So maybe you make $1,100 per month from that real estate investment property, right? That's good. That means you're making maybe $13,000, $14,000 profit per year. It's not bad, but still you had to part with that $200,000 up front. Now let's say you take out a loan, you get a bank loan for this house, right? And this is not going to be an easy thing to get. First off, you got to have a company, you got a proven track record for the bank to loan you money in order to go rent that out to somebody, right? And some people lie, they say, a lot of people lie on their first time they go rent a place. They lie, they say they're going to live there to the bank. They don't really live there. They go rent it out to somebody else. And then that person that owns a house lives in an apartment or rents their own home or whatever, guys. So let's say you go the mortgage route, right? You still got to come up with maybe $10,000, $20,000 cash that you're gonna have to part with there, and then obviously you got a mortgage now in that house. So let's say the mortgage is $1,000 a month. Now, what are you making? Maybe $100 profit per month. So maybe you're making $1,100, $1,200 per year off that house. It's not bad, but also you're the name on that loan, and then guess what happens? If you can't find a tenant for a certain amount of time, then you're the one paying that mortgage. And imagine all of a sudden having to have a mortgage come on you on top of maybe you're already paying a mortgage on your house or you're renting a place. It's not fun, guys. So all of a sudden now you're the one paying that $1,000 a month because you couldn't find a tenant, and all of a sudden 6 months go by and you just had to pay $6,000 in mortgage payments for the last 6 months, guys. So I think real estate is probably the worst way out there of making passive income because of how much money you have to part with for how much gain you get on the other side. However, real estate investing could be a phenomenal tool as far as building wealth. It's just different when it comes to passive income. I view it as a good tool for building wealth, not as far as passive income goes in my opinion, guys. Much better ways of building passive income out there, guys. Number 2 way is stock market investing. Also not my favorite way of making passive income. So how would you make passive income from stock market investing? Well, you couldn't consider me a passive income stock market investor because I put in so much work toward it that it would never count as passive income for me because I put in way too much study and way too much money. How it could be passive income is if you don't really care what stocks it goes in. You just like, I'm going to pick the 5 or 10 biggest companies out there that all pay a good dividend. Let's say they all pay a dividend yield of 3% per year, which is a good dividend. I'm going to put my money in those companies and just have it sit, and I'm not going to sell the stocks or anything. I'm just going to have it sit there for the next 20, 30, 40 years, whatever, and it's going to come out. The problem with this is, one, in order to make any kind of real money, you're going to have a lot of money. You're going to have a lot of money invested in those stocks, right? Those 5, 10, 15 stocks that you picked that are dividend payers. Let's say they all pay a 3% yield. Let's say you got $1 million sitting around to invest in these companies. Now, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that most people don't have just to stick into stocks, right? That's a lot of money. But let's say you do have that money. You stick that into those dividend-paying stocks. That's $30,000 of passive income you'll basically make per year. $30,000 passive income, you pay your taxes, then maybe you're around a $25,000-ish range. So you may be making $25,000, $26,000 passive income per year. Not bad, but you're risking $1 million. So that's why it's like you need a lot of money to truly make passive income off the stock market. And here's the other kicker. The other kicker with this, guys, is nothing's guaranteed. Those stocks, who knows? Like maybe they'll be bankrupt in 10 years. I would say, the biggest companies out there, they'll probably be okay. They'll probably be doing good. But nothing's guaranteed. You're risking a lot of money in those stocks. Let's say you own, 10 of those stocks, you got $100,000 in each. If just one of those fails and goes bankrupt or lose a massive amount, let's say it goes bankrupt, you lose $100,000, then it takes over 3 years of those dividend payments from those other companies to pay off what you lost in that one stock. So stock market investing, not one of the best as far as passive income, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's the best way to build wealth. It's the best way, in my opinion, by far, to build wealth long-term, stock market investing. Not one of the best ways to make passive income at all, in my opinion, guys. So I would put it just barely ahead of real estate, but still way down there, guys. Number three, you could be an author. I have a book. I have one book. I'm technically an author, right? Being an author is probably easier now than ever before in history, guys. Ever before. If you used to want to be an author, right? You had to get a book deal. So being a musician and being an author is so much easier now because you can skip out the whole middleman and you can go straight to Amazon like I did with my book. And I started as an ebook, then I made a paperback. I don't manage the paperback. Like Amazon's the one that produces it and things like that. Like I don't ever deal with that. They're the ones that makes those books. They take a cut of that, right? I make about, on the ebooks, I make like around $6.50 profit per book sold. So let's say you're not me and you don't just have one book. Let's say you got 10 books out there. You got 10 books out there, right? You're making, or you're doing one sale per book per day, which isn't a lot at all. That's not good at all. But you're just doing one sale per book per day. But you got 10 books out there. Say you're making that $7 profit per book, right? That's $70 a day. $70 times 7 days a week, that's $490. Times out $490 by 52 weeks, guys, and that's a pretty good chunk of change. Now let's say you got 20 books, 50 books, 100 books out there. They're all doing one sale a day. And that's not, like I said, one book sale a day is not good, guys. But let's just say that's the situation. You can definitely find a way to make a full-time living if you're good as far as writing, and you can pound out books. Like you can write a book in a matter of a week. If you can write a book every single week and get it published and get the cover done, and this is not the nicest cover, but I don't care about that. I just care about the content that's in the book, right? But you can do a nice cover. You're a good graphic designer. You have someone that does does graphic design for you, and you can just go that route, and you can build a fan base around your books, whether you're doing fiction or nonfiction, guys. It's definitely a way you can make great passive income over time, because those books can sell for years and years and decades to come. I mean, think about The Intelligent Investor, one of my favorite books ever, right? Book was written like back in the 60s or 50s. Like, that book's ancient. Still one of my favorite books out there, guys. So on being an author is definitely a good way of making passive income, in my opinion. The next one up, YouTube, certainly my favorite way of making, I mean, we got one that's better than this. The next one coming up, it's better than YouTube, but this is my personal favorite right now as far as making passive income. The beautiful thing about YouTube is, if you're creating videos that are relevant for the longer term, that people might be searching, search terms and those kinds of things years from now, then you're doing really well for yourself. See, a lot of videos I create on this channel will be relevant next week, next month, or the next month or whatever, because they might be news related. Might be, Facebook did this, or Apple did this, or Google, came out with this product or whatever, covering those news stories, and, a stock price move. Whoa, this stock went down 20%. Those become irrelevant really fast. They get a ton of views and then they go, pfft. Well, this video you're watching now, this is going to be making me money in 2021. Like, this is going to be making, and shout out if you're watching this in 2021, leave in the comment section, shout out 2021. But literally, this video will be getting me views way into the future, because it's passive income related. People will either be searching that term and this video will show up, or it'll be getting recommended along other passive income videos, and I'll maybe be making 50 cents from this video or $1 a day from this video. Years from now, literally years from now. That is a beautiful thing about YouTube. The issue with YouTube, though, is the less you produce, the less often you upload and whatnot, the less your videos will start getting recommended. So the more things will start dropping. So like on my channel, for instance, if I just was like, I'm done YouTube, I'm out of here, I'm not producing another video. If I all of a sudden left tomorrow, what would happen is, it would be about a month down the road, my YouTube income would probably drop by about, let's say 60%. No, not 60%, that's too much. About 50%. 50% of my YouTube income would drop, because I'm not producing every day like I do now and getting all those views, and then people watch those videos and then they binge watch this video and that video that also related to my channel, and it gets more and more views, right? So maybe 50% my income would drop after a month, and then it would drop less and less, and then maybe bottom out around a 30% of what I make now, I'd be making long into the future. But I got massive amounts of videos on this channel that literally will show up in search, literally be getting views so far into the future, guys. So YouTube, one of the best ways out there to make passive income. But this next one is my favorite, as far as this one is by far the best as far as the amount of wealth I've seen other people make from this. And it is building a business, getting employees to run that business, and you're set. You're set. Now, I used to be kind of ignorant to this one. I used to think, oh, if you want somebody else to run your business or something like that, like you need to have tens of thousands of employees. You need to have a huge company, right? No, I've seen it firsthand, time and time again, with people I know in real life that have companies that have 5 employees, 10 employees, 15 employees, that literally put in such an extreme minimal amount of work toward their business. It's incredible. Literally, I know a person that they literally have, I don't know, they might have 10 employees, they might have 20 employees, I'm not sure. The only time they are even in contact with their company is once a week, usually on Friday. They do like a conference call for like an hour. Conference call for about an hour, right? They do once a month, they actually come to the office and spend a half day or a full day with the team discussing things. And that's it. That is literally it. That is literally it. Unless some type of extreme emergency comes up, like a huge lawsuit came out of the blue, or their biggest customer was planning on leaving them or something. That's the only way that they could ever be contacted, other than that 1 hour talk on Friday with the guy who's leading the company now, and other than that once a month when the main dog shows up, guys. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Now, how you do this, of course, you got to build the business, which is not going to happen overnight. You got to build it. You got to build it to be successful. You got to build it where it's making enough money to have employees, making sure you're getting the return on investment on those employees, and then you have to mentor someone for about a year or two to get them to a place where they are competent enough to run your business and run your business successfully, just as good as you would do, if not even maybe better than what you would do. And then you can just go on vacation wherever you want to go and do whatever you want to do, and you don't even have to worry about the business. The business just runs itself, and those employees are making you money every month. That is the best way to make passive income out there, guys. Hard, absolutely. Difficult. It's difficult to get your business, to be a success first, then to be a success where you have employees, then to be a success where you have employees competent enough that they can make decisions. And a lot of that depends on how well you are as a trainer, like how good of a trainer you are, right? How good you can train other people. And once you get that built, though, you aren't even needed there anymore. You aren't even needed. The business runs itself. You're just there to, do your phone call once a week, check up on the business once a month, and boom, that's it, guys. That is the freaking life. So that covers the best. And by the way, if that business owner was involved with that business every single day, right, might be running a little better, but then he's not making passive income anymore. He's making active income because he's putting in a lot of effort, right? If he's showing up at the office 5 days a week, that's a lot of effort there. Like, you don't count as passive income anymore. Do a phone call once a week. That's passive income, guys. So hope you enjoyed this today. Best and worst ways to make passive income. There's a ton of different ways to make passive income out there, guys. I have videos on this channel like 10 ways to make passive income, 5 ways to make passive income. Those are some of the most popular videos on this channel, so check those out. Hope you guys enjoyed today. If you just came across this channel, you may want to subscribe. We talk personal finance on the channel. We talk entrepreneurship. I'm an actual business owner and passive income maker. I give away so many business tips and passive income tips. We talk stock market investing more than anything. My book is linked in that description. That doesn't even have anything to do with this video. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.